Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good. We got people here. Excellent. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got a great show, I think, planned for today. I got a lot of great content to talk about. I want to let you guys know about PSA Gemament. Had an interview last night on Go GTS. I'm going to share that. Yeah, I'm dying right now. Woo! It's a beautiful morning here. Let me get into some good content here. Thank you, Angela, Simon, and I'm sorry, Angel, Simon, Shaw, Brad. Hey, Brad, did you see my video last night? I'd love to get your feedback later on. I feel a little conflicted. I couldn't wait to put that video together. I do realize I wasn't there and I didn't hear everything going on in the room, but the stuff I did hear was very, very interesting. Guys, if you don't know Brad, big fan of Texas Card Dude. He does his show a little bit after mine, normally I think around 9 o'clock my time, at 8 o'clock his time. He's central. Let's go ahead and just start with some cool stuff. Share screen. And we're going to start over. We'll start here. So I will say this was interesting yesterday. This is Instagram. This is card porn. Pretty well known. Look at, man, card porn's got a lot of followers, man. They've taken off. It's a really good name. They posted this thing here yesterday about collectibles and about their involvement with this Babe Ruth. Now, I mentioned this, I think, briefly yesterday. That's not the right one to hit. Anyway, I'm not going to read all the details here for you. But I mentioned this briefly yesterday. The challenge is there was no proof that this actually sold for $6 million, right? It didn't go into eBay. There wasn't an auction house. So a lot of people are upset about that. And apparently the guy who owns this is selling 1% of the card through collectible. So my first thought there is, let's think about that. So he convinced some guy to sell 1%, which is going to be roughly, I think, 60,000 or 60,000 or 600,000. At assuming the price of the card is at $6 million. So as a shareholder, do you think that card's going to go to 7, 8, 9 million? Because that's your upside, right? And then there's complaint about whether it really is worth $6 million. Was it a legit sale? What I will say that was really, really cool here. Luca Nation Network, which I'll be quite honest, I didn't even follow till yesterday, had an interview here with Ezra about this topic. Bonus episode, CEO joins to talk about the Babe Ruth, which I thought was great because he joined after these guys made this video or made this call out here on card porn. He goes and joins them to talk about it. Now, in conclusion, the card porn guys and the people who feel like there's something fishy going on, I still feel like something's fishy going on, if that makes sense. Anyway, I want to bring that to your attention. I thought it was interesting, and I'll just leave it at this. There's a lot of still big sales going on. In fact, I think last night a Brady sold, a BGS 9 Brady, I think sold for over $2.2 million, which would be the record in football. And there's going to be a lot of these big sales. Does that mean the market's taking off again? No. It's just these are things happening. I think it could be a fractional ownership. The other thing I want to bring your attention to, this is even cooler, because that's the Luca Nation thing with collectible. This was really awesome. First of all, let me just say again, I'm a big fan of Go GTS Live's Thursday night shows. They do a Thursday show. They do a hobby happening, which is basically turning into like a 30-minute what's going on around the hobby. A lot of stuff I normally have already hit on. There's a lot of stuff in here about thefts of stores. There's the Topps announcement in there. There's an information about Candy, which is a new NFT that's partnered with Gary V, Fanatics, and I forget the other one is. A lot of interesting news. There's news in here about the tennis woman. I can't remember her name. Anyway, you can check this out. I do recommend listening to this. Also, I want to point out in the episode, this is a 2-hour episode, there's 2 interviews with Kevin from PSA GMTS. There's 2. You should watch them both. The first one is this, he talks about the fingerprinting technology and why they're doing it. And I'll say this, my takeaway is they're not claiming that this is going to stop cracking, right? They just say this is a mechanism they believe they can use that can help deter cracking, right? In fact, his comment is, I think this is interesting, they don't mind if you want to do a crossover. They don't want you to crack the card in their crossover. They want you to send the card to them, and they'll give it another honest review, which I just find interesting, right? That PSA says that. So if you get a PSA 9 and you don't like the PSA 9, send it back to us. We'll take a look at it again. In the case, I mean, really, I just, are you going to charge me the premium when you send it back to me because it's worth a lot of money? Or do you just charge me the $30 to tell me it's still a 9? I'm just wondering. This part, I do want to play for you real quickly. This is the second part of the interview. Again, there's 2 parts of the interview, one up here at the front, and then you go through some show, and then the one at the end. The one at the end is interesting, and I'll even say this. I don't even know why Kevin's talking about this, because Kevin comes from the GMTS company, but he's asked a little bit to talk about pop control and pop counts. Listen to this answer. I'll try to...
I have been seeing a lot of talk on social media, both Twitter, Instagram, also even Facebook groups, and from people that professionally submit. So they, generally their opinion is well regarded, saying that PSA is giving less 10s in the last 6 weeks to 2 months than they have historically, and saying that it's an effort at population control on 10s to keep values up. What are you seeing as far as what's coming in versus has grading shifted
coy smile
in recent weeks, or what is your take?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my position is that our standards haven't changed, and I think it's the problem is you're seeing anecdotal evidence, right? You see evidence, but it's selected evidence, right? Like there was that one tweet of that group submission who tracked over months. And I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying, how could I, we get a lot of card submissions. And I would guess the people that are really nailing their subs are probably a little bit quieter than the people that aren't. And so I think it's, I'm not ruling out the possibility that there's some influence on this flood of data that might have influenced, grading technique or grading, opinion in some way, subjectively, like the way a jury gets tainted or something. But generally the standards haven't changed. There is no company-wide directive to tighten things up. Or kind of tighten things up, meaning make it more difficult to get a 10. There is for sure a factor of more stuff getting sent in, and if there's a certain amount of cards that are out of a set that can get 10s, the more you send in, the less 10s you're going to get, right? That's just the way it works, right? If you think about Prism as having some fixed ratio of 10s, if their printing process remains the same or whatever, the more Prism cards you send in, the lower rate your 10 rate is going to be. And so I understand that there are people that submit a lot, and I've heard from a lot of these people, and I do try and talk to each one of them, over the phone if I can. I think it's difficult to have these conversations over Twitter or email. I try and do some in-person conversations if I can. But I think I'm not ruling out the possibility that there is some bias that's been introduced by the tremendous interest in this, but it's difficult to tell from the anecdotal presentation of evidence. And I would also argue that you have to accept the idea that everyone is sending in more cards, and yet the ratios of possible 10s from card companies hasn't changed. Therefore, the ratios of 10s should go down. Just the way it is.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well,
let me just pause that. First of all, I'm going to drop out and go back to main camera here. I hope you guys are still there. I found that just funny, and I'm sorry I played the whole thing. What I found funny about it is that was not an answer at all. I mean, there was absolutely nothing. You just babbled, dude, about ratios of 10s, and there's anecdotal evidence, and I know there's, and the more cards. So a few takeaways I'll have there, okay? Good morning, Silky Stroke Survivor. Man, great to see you, dude. Thanks for joining. Okay, so here my first thought is he was clearly known he was going to be asked that, and he had a very, very canned response. He could have come up with 1,000. He said, I'm in the gem man. I don't really know. I shouldn't respond to this. I don't know, but that was terrible. I'll tell you, the best excuse I've heard. The best answer for why PSA is grading harder today than they were before came from Because I'm Carlos. And he simply said, if you have a bunch of new employees, a new employee is going to follow the rules, the books. They're going to look at a 10. If you do this, check minus. They're going to look at this and be very strict. New employees would be stricter. I agree with that. You could simply say, we've hired a lot of new graders. And, I think our standards have just been reinforced to be as strict as they've always been. Maybe it's just a perspective that's taking a view now. I don't know. Give me something like that. I don't think they want to even flirt with the possibility. I don't know. I just thought that was a terrible, terrible response. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I got so much more cool content to share with you guys. But I will say this. Check out the interview. Because the first part where he talks about the fingerprinting, in fact, I will say this. I really appreciate everybody who goes on camera. Let me also make another quick comment. I like the GTS guy who did this, but he let him off the hook with just going, okay, after the question, which I find interesting in the hobby. Everybody asks one question and then they never have a follow-up question. They don't want to get too tough on it. But anyway, I want to mention that I would like to reach out to them and ask two things. And I asked this in comments last night. Number one, have you thought about making the fingerprinting that you're using public or a standard so that other people could fingerprint, right? BGS could fingerprint a card, right? That way they'd all be using the same standard to fingerprint and recognize cards they've seen before. And secondly, and most importantly, your whole goal, PSA, the reason they said they want to do this is to stop impacting the pop accounts. They don't want people cracking cards and not reporting the cracks, right? So why don't you put all the information, grading notes, the serial number of the card, the patch, maybe a picture, into a blockchain that you publish the PSA report to? And I've said this before, and I'll say it over and over and over. Blockchain, public ledger, great place to put the information about registry, hits, how many there are, what kind of card it was. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Man, it's great to see Silky Stroke Survivor here this morning. If you guys don't know Silky Stroke Survivor, let me just quickly give you a short story here. I'm going to call him John because I know him as John. And John and I met chasing retail. So, if everybody complains about retail flippers, John is a freaking collector. The guy doesn't sell anything. He won't sell cards to save his life. I mean, he might say he'll sell some, but and the other part is John is a stroke survivor. John's a young man who's a stroke survivor. Amazing story, by the way. Amazing story. Man had a stroke in a crane. A crane, the things that lift stuff up. He was in the crane when he had a stroke, and it's just amazing. Follow him on Instagram at Silky Stroke Survivor and on, believe Twitter. And I believe he has a YouTube channel now, too. So, in fact, I'm probably going to have Silky on one day to do a little kind of chat about collecting, interview, retail, so forth. So, again, big fan. Let me go ahead and jump back into some content. Got a lot of cool stuff to share today. Sorry, and I want to keep it on time here. So, let's start up here on top of the key. Top of the key. Well, we know what happened last night with the Lakers losing. Great information. How is that going to affect the sports cards market? Damn it, I got to sign in now? We'll come back to that. I don't want to deal with that right now. We'll take a look at that later. Next thing I'll just quickly talk about is how will that affect cards prices? I think the Lakers being out is not necessarily good. Who emerges from the West now? Could be anybody. Could be Clippers. Could be Mavs. Could be Jazz. Could be Suns. Could be Nuggets. There's a lot of good teams, man. I still think it's Nets are going to win. Now, I thought it was Nets-Lakers. I still think it's going to be Nets. The Nets-Bucks series is really for the East because it looks like the 76ers are dead. Okay, real quickly. Not going to waste your time on this, but I think I'm done with Top Shot. Top Shot came out with this thing the other day where they're, in order to get a pack, you got to have a collector score of 2,500, which is absolutely crazy. Here's the part I love the most. If you don't have the score, don't worry. You can buy your way to the score. See, I have a score right here. Let me just show you my score. I have a score of 884, right? So I can buy the needed, 1,200 or 1,650 points for only $1,300. I can just buy those points. That is absolutely BS, Top Shot. Top Shot, you suck. And guess what, Top Shot? Guess what? Check this out, guys. Right here. Check this out right there. This was tweeted last night, 11 hours ago. NBA NFT blockchain red mosaic parallel pack. Includes 3 red parallels. This is a pack. Let's go over here to Panini. So all I can see right now is I go here. This is all I can see. Right there is all I get. That's all I'm getting right there. No more information. Oh, come back. Don't tease me like that. But look at this, guys. Look at this. This to me is game changer. Now, again, I'll be honest. Market's down. NFTs are down. Sports cards are down. Look, I'm not here to invest. I'm here to collect. And I want to collect this. I really, really do. Look, as much as I get mad at Panini, I'm a consumer of Panini products. I love basketball products. And I really like the NFTs. I love what baseball's doing. This, to me, I've been waiting for this. I'm so freaking excited. My fear right now is that I'm not going to get any, or it's going to be hard to get, or they're going to Dutch oven auction these things for like $10 million or something like that. But I cannot wait for this news. And again, this news, guys, is, in my opinion, the game killer to Top Shot. And like I said, I mentioned my score of 800 and something really pisses me off because I thought I had a pretty good score. And to get excluded from like all the premium packs right now, I'm done. Why would I? Please tell me again. And I'm not even saying for the investment. I'm just saying for the collecting capability. I just feel like I can't even collect. If you won't even give me a shot to collect anymore, that's just rude, dude. Because my score's not high enough. But hey, I can buy my way. Sorry. Let me move on. Here's another cool thing that came from GMTS Live last night. Check this out. Have you heard of? Oh, that's the wrong person. Is it the wrong person? No. Where am I going? Here we go. Kevin right here, by the way, is the gentleman from PSA. He is on Twitter, and I did connect with him. See, from GMT, CEO GMT, and apparently he's very, very responsive. So if you guys have questions, feel free to hit up Kevin there. I want to go pop over here. Check this out. Panini America signs NBA League star and projected top 5 NBA draft pick Jalen Green to exclusive trading card agreement. You go, Jalen. You are the rated rookie. Check this out. Hours before, sneak preview of Jalen Green's exquisite rookie cards coming to a local hobby shop now near you. And look at these. These are basically exquisite. Look at those chunky, beautiful on-card. Looks like on-card autos. So a couple things I'm getting out of this. Looks like Upper Deck is coming out with a basketball set. An exquisite basketball set at that, which I haven't seen in a long time. Now, these will not be licensed, right? We know that. But will they have LeBron and Michael Jordan options in them? Anybody? Again, as a collector, this is super exciting to me, man. That's what as soon as I saw that, I thought Upper Deck basketball, Jordan, LeBron. I know they're not there, but they have the license. They have autographs. And I'll just tell you this. I would love this stuff. I love freaking Upper Deck makes some of the best cards in the hobby. Really do. Like, if you don't believe me, go buy a cheap, no-name, bum guy, an Upper Deck, exquisite patch or something like that, and you'll be amazed by the workmanship. And again, what's cool here, this I believe was about 8/20 on June, and then a few hours later, right? When was this? The next day on June 3rd, he signs exclusive with Panini, which also makes me think, so this will be exclusive. There won't be many more of these Jalen Green. I don't know who he is. I haven't been prospecting. I should be paying attention to that. But I thought that was pretty interessante, don't you think? I'll just quickly say, too, I saw an interview yesterday with Johnny Manziel talking about how he signed cards while he was in college. Made good money doing it. Okay, another quick update for you guys. Star Stock has added a bunch of new cards. Look at this. Rugby, cricket, track and field, boxing, hoops premium stock. These have to be graded only. But again, rugby, cricket, track and field, I'm just blown away. And then raw or graded. Hockey, women's basketball, golf, UFC, wrestling, Formula One, NASCAR, tennis, NBA hoops, all football positions. All football positions. That's a big change, guys. That's like defensive players? Really? Again, I'm a big fan of Star Stock. I do like ComC as well. Hopefully this is good information. Let me see. Anything else real quickly? We talked about that. I just think I'm going to come and close things up with kind of a Q&A. Oh, I'm sorry. You have all the beeps going on in the background? Check this out. Target did a restock. The football products went really, really fast. They did not last as long as the basketball products. The basketball products, I was able to get some of these. And look how many Bowman boxes, 56,000 boxes. I got 3 this morning of the Bowman mega boxes. I did not get the Chronicles. I was too slow. Stock was 17. That just seems really small. This one was 3,400. This one was quick as well. But I was able to get some Bowman, and I heard other people were able to get some stuff as well. So I think Target's doing a massive drop now on Friday mornings. I have not been able to get Walmart in the store in weeks. I missed it yesterday. I missed it, the day before. I'm going to go ahead and kill that channel. But there's my thank you for your order. I have boxes of Bowman on the way. Yay! Let me get out of that. Oh! Check this out. This blew my mind. So I'm watching Go GTS. Again, when you guys get a chance, watch the Go GTS called Hobby Happenings. And there's apparently True Creators Collection Series. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? There's YouTube creators got sports cards. I would have, been envious that they didn't even talk to me. But I wouldn't have been surprised, right? I mean, I'm not a big channel. It's not Pac-Man and PSA Collector and Jeff and people like that. Apparently, these are like other influencers. I don't recognize any of these people. But I assume this will be big. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of these guys, right? Have you guys heard of these people? It shows you the cards and the autos. I just think it's interesting. Panini's on point. Like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that. I personally, if Panini said, hey, Ziggy, you want to sign cards? I'd say, no. I'm holding out for Alan Ginter, man. I'm not going to sign with Panini. But second of all, I just think doing creator cards is kind of interesting. Okay, last thing, and then I'm going to go back to chat. Sorry, guys. If you haven't already, please check out the James Beckett Sports Card Insights podcast. You can Google that. He does the content convention sections. I did the video last night on conflicts of interest. Again, I'm not going to talk about it today, but I was definitely very, it was interesting. Oh, is there a new one? No, that's not a new one on the content. That's something else, but I will listen to that. But I do hope you guys listen to that. Love to hear your feedback, thoughts, comments, and I really appreciate Dr. Beckett and the hobby. Okay, man, we are early as heck today. Well, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Dallas, baby. Okay. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Covered a lot of stuff. So I'll say in conclusion, as we're coming to 21 minutes, check out Go GTS Live last night. They did a really good breakdown of what's going on in the hobby. Some cool facts. Not that I need to repeat. I would say the interviews with Gemma Mint are very, very good. There's two of them, right? So watch both of them in the video. The next part is share with you a little bit about the collectible controversy, and you can deem from that what you like. It'll be interesting to see how fractionals do. I have to say I applaud Ezra from Collectible for going online last night and confronting the controversy that was proposed to him. And again, if you're just joining, the question was, did the card, the Babe Ruth, actually sell for $6 million? Or, was that kind of a set or manipulated price? Not for me to judge, but you should read about it, research about it. I do think it's interesting. It's sitting in a museum. So if you do buy a piece of that card, you could actually go there and be, hey, man, I own a part of the card or whatever. To me, not something I'm interested in. I don't see an upside on it. I see you're kind of locking money in. And I'll just point out, the fractionals make money on every transaction, right? So check that out. Talked a little bit about Twitter and Jalen. Talked about Top Shot today. Panini, I'm super excited. If you haven't paid attention, Panini's dropping packs of NFTs. Don't buy any. Don't even buy them. They're terrible. Stay away from them so I can pick them up. My kids and I would like them, so don't buy them. I'm not even going to hype stuff on my channel. I want you to do what you want to do, but I want to get some of those packs for me and my kids. That's about it, guys. That's all I really have today. It's been a great week. I really appreciate the support on the channel, the comments and feedback. Going to pick up my boys tonight, have them for the weekend. So maybe we'll break a box or something tomorrow. Maybe we'll get online and do a little father-son sports cards tomorrow. Sunday, I will be live again at night for open mic night. Really encourage anybody to stop by. I'm assuming maybe I can get a couple guests lined up. I'll tell you what I'd like to. I'd like just for random people from the hobby just to join and talk about your hobby story. I think that's maybe the coolest thing is just hearing from other people about how they're doing the hobby. The coolest people I've met are the people actually, I know a lot of content creators, but a lot of people off camera who've just messaged me, have become friends with, who I have rapport with, I talk to. Another shout out real quickly, the Sports Card Investigator. He's been a great friend and also kind of like, I want to say almost a teammate in some way. Like I will bat ideas off of him and he comes back and gives me suggestions and will point stuff to me. He doesn't put out content as much, right? He does like I think a weekly stuff. So I think when he finds stuff that he think would be relevant, hey Ziggy, what do you think about this? And I think that'd be great if I talked about this. He goes, yeah, you should mention this. So he's been great at kind of just helping me develop the content that I'm putting out. So I really appreciate that. A lot of the people out there. Texas Card Dude, man, you've been a big inspiration to me too. You really helped me get this channel going in the mornings. I saw what you're doing, and I really appreciate that. So cheers, guys. Have a wonderful day. It's June 4th, beginning of the summer. Have some fun. Stay healthy. And thank you all very much for being here this morning, guys. Really do appreciate it.